What up, guys? All right, let me take these out. Fuck it. I hope everybody's doing good. Woo! Just lost a lot of money betting on the Kings. I will tell y'all that. I was not prepared for that, but never gamble what you aren't prepared to lose. You hear me? So, speaking of the Kings loss, and that is what this video is going to be about. De'Aaron Fox is on the trade market, which I am absolutely shocked to hear. It makes sense though, because I do have an article where I'm going to get to based on facts. Let me just say this. The Mike Brown, how that scenario ended, and the Kings allowing Mike Brown to come back in the building to talk shit to Fox, to demean De'Aaron Fox, and to blame De'Aaron Fox after he was already fired is insanity. Kings ownership, Kings front office, whoever has allowed that, you have really pissed me off. And apparently you have really pissed off De'Aaron Fox too. De'Aaron Fox has been nothing but a professional. I'm going to read his direct quotes and tell you guys what I think about it. But this is literally shocking to me. You guys know I am big on the Kings. I think they are one of the most talented teams in the league. There's a number one tier with like Celtics, OKC. Different video for a different day, okay? They are right below that, just a little bit, and they can compete with that. The Knicks are in that number one tier. They're just that they can compete with any of those teams. Let me just say that, okay? So, hearing that De'Aaron Fox, they were even thinking about De'Aaron Fox makes no sense to me. There's not a single player that they can pick up that it is going to be a better fit for this team than De'Aaron Fox. Yes, I mean that. Not a single player. Maybe Shea, the best player in the NBA. Outside of that, I don't think there's another guard that's going to come into Sacramento and be better than De'Aaron Fox. Let me explain why. So since Malik Monk has emerged as an elite player, De'Aaron Fox has had to play combo guard, if not more of a two guard than a point guard. And De'Aaron Fox is a true point guard. He's an excellent passer. His handle is immaculate. He knows how to play the game. He can play inside or outside. He's one of the best in the game. There are very few players like De'Aaron Fox that are going to be willing to cede touches and cede passing pick and roll opportunities to Malik Monk. Myself, I think Malik Monk should come off the bench because you want the ball in De'Aaron Fox, his hands, all the time when he is in the game. Yes, all the time. Obviously, there are different scenarios. If an elite defender is on him, things change a little bit. Obviously, okay? But for the majority of the time, almost all the time, when De'Aaron Fox is on the court, you want everything running through him. You want him at least getting touches. He has been okay with that not being the case since Malik Monk has emerged. And Sabonis already gets many touches because he is one of the best passers in the game. Not just passing big men, passers. Okay? I don't know of an elite guard that has De'Aaron Fox's skill set and potential at his age that is going to be willing to play with those two players. Okay? I seriously can't think of a single one. I'm going to take some time to think even more. All right, so in my rankings for actual point guards, the only person, there isn't a true point guard that is going to be willing or be happy to come into De'Aaron Fox's current role and give it everything they got. It's just not going to happen. The combo guards, I think that could potentially work would be Hero, Malik Monk, possibly I said Malik Monk. Hero, Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett, I guess, but he's a true two. We're getting into true shooting guards. And the Kings need a true point guard like Fox. Fox's handle is elite. It is better than Malik Monk's on any day of the week. If there's a real ball hound on the other team, you want Fox with the ball in his hand, not Malik Monk. And DeMar is there, so you could potentially make stuff work. But we're going from a good fit in a complex situation to making stuff work. The Kings are not going to be able to get equivalent value for Fox. And it doesn't even make sense for them to. Already, with this current roster construction, there are they have their starting five. They have Keon Ellis and coming off the bench, who I assume they want to start, and that's why they're even considering trading De'Aaron. Who are you going to be able to bring in that is going to fit? DeMar and Keon are already fighting for minutes at the 4. The 5, Sabonis is at the 5. They're not going to trade Sabonis, and nor should they. What? Who can they bring in that is actually going to be an upgrade? Because they want Malik to stay. They want Malik to be the main ball handler, apparently. And when you have your forward spots filled with both DeMar and Keon Ellis, where are you going to upgrade if you trade Swiper away? Who? There is not a single point guard that is going to be better for this system. And the Kings have made this an issue now. Poverty fucking ownership, poverty front office. And of course, I should know this. They gave Mike Brown a new contract, a massive 3-year contract, after he did nothing but show he is an incompetent coach the previous years. Nothing at all. Completely carried by talent. So I don't know why I'm surprised the Kings are creating issues. It just makes zero sense. Like, they're literally going to trade De'Aaron Fox for some bench players that are ass and some picks that are going to be fucking ass, because nobody is going to trade the haul they want for De'Aaron Fox. It's just not going to happen. And Fox saying that his preferred destination is the Spurs, they're not going to trade Wemby. No way in hell. So who do you help to get? Sohan, Keldon Johnson, Trey fucking Jones, Devin Vassell. All of these players are nowhere close to the same level as De'Aaron Fox. So you're going to downgrade from De'Aaron Fox, the only point guard in the league that fits your situation, that is one of the best defenders in the league, that fits your situation already. You're shopping him. You're creating drama. You're creating problems. It makes zero sense. Kings ownership. If you are the ones that did this, you need to be forced to sell the team. You do not belong in the NBA because you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Kings GM and front office and any coaching staff that have created this issue, you do not belong in the NBA and you need to be removed immediately. This is pure incompetence. And I can guarantee you one of the reasons the Kings lost tonight is because the players are not thinking about De'Aaron Fox being traded. This was an issue that should have never, ever been in place. And it pisses me the fuck off because you guys are making millions of dollars to be incompetent. You have no idea what you're doing. And I absolutely love how De'Aaron Fox has handled this, guys. So he was asked about possibly being traded, and this is what he says. And I quote, "In this league, I expect the unexpected. I think crazier things," and to finish this statement, sorry, there's an interruption. "I think crazier things have happened in response to him being traded." Pretty much indicating, yes, he knows that it's a good possibility he's going to be traded, which is insane from the Kings front office. You guys are so stupid. There's not a single player that is going to come into your current team and do better than De'Aaron Fox would. It is just the level of ignorance from the Kings front office is it's hard to describe. It truly is hard to describe. And the NBA, you might need to step in and tell the stupid ass ownership, stupid ass front office, you are banned from the league because you are fucking shit up. And here it says, basically, Shams just reporting teams where Kings are open to talks about trading De'Aaron. And De'Aaron says that's their decision to make. I can't tell them not to listen to offers, or I can't tell them to listen to offers. Basically saying it's out of his control. And De'Aaron has handled this absolutely perfectly. And shout out to De'Aaron. And again, it shows how mature and how great of an asset De'Aaron Fox is to any franchise. And Kings, you are fucking poverty. Ooh, you have pissed me the fuck off, Kings. And they asked De'Aaron directly if he'd requested a trade. De'Aaron said he did not. So Kings, you have created problems. Kings front office, which includes GM and everybody from there down, you have created serious issues now. Your team was on an absolute roll, and then you get absolutely decimated by a injured Sixers team without their second best player and third best player, PG and M Fraud. You have created this, Kings, and it's going to be very hard to come back from this. And there are more quotes too. Oh, for some reason, the reporter asked Fox if he was going to sit out until the situation was resolved, even though Fox didn't request a trade. Makes zero sense. Makes zero sense. Fox says, every day I step on the court, I do my job, and he does. That's always my thing, and it is. Every day I see Swiper giving it 100%. I've never been a person to worry about anything else or go and do anything else. And that is exactly what I've seen. He has always been all in on the NBA. When the season is on, when he has a game, he has been there. To continue his quote, every time I step on the court, I try to play the best I can. I try to win games. And he does. And it's just so frustrating to see the Kings disrespect a player that gives he's given his all. He's put his body on the line. He has given everything he can to this franchise. And for them to be doing this so publicly and to creating all these issues for no reason when it makes zero sense, the team cannot get better than it is with the personnel they have. It's so frustrating, guys. It is beyond frustrating. And I'm looking here. The players they could possibly get, according to this report, are Cam Johnson on the Nets and John Collins on the Jazz. Tell me, Kings, tell me. How, if let's say you got both of those players and you got 10 first round picks and you lose De'Aaron Fox, how does that help you at all? Please, somebody tell me. Please. The level of ignorance, the level of negligent understanding of basketball and team construction by the Kings GM and the entire franchise, besides the players, besides Coach Christie and the rest of the coaching staff, because I believe they are great, is so frustrating. It is so ignorant. It is the same as me saying 2 + 2 is 18. That is how ignorant these statements are from the Kings. And Fox, in response to him being traded again, I believe it doesn't have the quote asking of or anything about the question asked. He says, I think anything's possible in this league. Like I said, crazier things have happened. This, to me, further indicates he has been told they are shopping him. When they asked Fox about his preferred destination, he says, for sure, I think everybody has a preferred destination. I think everybody has a preferred destination if they're not in the place or if they're not going to be in the place where they are in the moment. I think that's natural. I love this from De'Aaron. He's basically saying, yeah, if I'm not going to be with the Kings, I love that he clarifies that. If they are, let me paraphrase this. If I'm not going to be in the place where I am at the moment, I think it's natural to have another destination to want to go. And it is. Like, yeah, he wants to be in the league. He wants to be on some team. And if he's not going to be on the Kings, yeah, let me go to the Spurs. But he has never once, even though the Kings have treated him this way, even though they put this shit in the media and now have made this a problem directly to De'Aaron Fox that he has to deal with, he handled this perfectly. You cannot ask any single person on earth to handle anything better than De'Aaron Fox did. This is perfect. He said he wants to stay here. And if he's not going to be here, yeah, he does have somewhere else he wants to go. Just absolutely perfect. And I love that he clarified that. And that shows how respectable and how intelligent this young man De'Aaron Fox is. And I just want to give you your props for that, De'Aaron, because you deserve it, man. You are still such a young man, and you are displaying such a level of maturity that people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s will never ever show. And be proud of yourself for that, De'Aaron Fox. Please be proud of yourself because you have handled this so well. The Kings have literally shit on your face, and you just whopped it off and kept going about your business. That is what a man does, De'Aaron Fox. So be proud of yourself. You have handled this perfectly. Thank you. Thank you for being an example setter for everybody in the league and all the youth watching too. Seriously, thank you, Mr. Fox. So right here, I'm going to quote this article directly. Quote, Fox was asked if he was bothered by the fact the Kings decision makers, namely owner Vivek something, stupid asshole motherfucker is what I'm going to call him. You're a stupid piece of shit owner. Get the fuck out of sports, period. You have no idea what you're talking about. General manager Monty McNair, another asshole that has no idea what you're doing. If you're shopping De'Aaron Fox, you're an absolute fucking idiot. Get out of the league. You don't deserve to have a job. And guess what? These are the same assholes that gave Mike Brown 3 years, $50 million. Guess what? Get fucked, you stupid idiots. I hope every single player just scams you from now on, and I hope you stay in poverty forever. It is disgusting what you have done to De'Aaron Fox. And assistant GM Wes Wilcox. Yeah, fuck yourself too, pussy bitch. You also are responsible for what? Losing $50 million on Mike Brown? Go fuck yourself. You're dumb as shit. Your team has been completely carried by talent for years, and now that you have a semi-decent coach there, at least semi-decent in Mr. Christie, look what's happening. You have failed to put the pieces in place to win. And you have such a talented team, and now you create this problem. You guys are stupid assholes. Your sports IQ, your NBA IQ is literally 1. Get the fuck out of the league. And all these stupid assholes didn't speak publicly following the sudden firing of Mike Brown, which is fine. But it has led to speculation that Fox pushed for Brown's removal, as he should have, because he was a horrible coach. And this is speculation. Again, this is not based on facts. As I've just said before, De'Aaron Fox, while playing for Mike Brown, I never saw him ever give up. I saw him giving 100% all the time. I did see him get very frustrated the game before he got fired because Mike Brown was on pure bullshit, being a fucking asshole, being horrible at his job. And yeah, of course you're going to get frustrated. We're all humans. Dude, me as a fan watching this shit, I was losing my mind watching the bullshit Mike Brown was doing. I was literally going fucking insane. And you guys, the proof is there. Go check out any of the videos I made on Mike Brown. It was insanity what he was allowed to do. And it just shows the people in charge at the front office have no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing. And again, after all this is put behind, they have the right coach in place. Everything is now becoming a problem again. And Fox is now being asked about this bullshit again. Obviously it was a problem. Obviously it fucking was. They were a horrible team with Mike Brown, and they immediately go on a 6-game win streak after he's fired. Obviously it was a problem, you guys. Stop. And Kings front office, you have rehashed that. You have brought this up again and made it a problem again. You guys are incompetent losers. I don't give a fuck what title you have. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. You are a fucking loser. You know nothing about basketball, and you should not be in basketball. So get the fuck out. Go gamble your money away on something else. So Fox declined. The rest of this article just says Fox declined his 3-year extension because he wants a supermax, as he should. He is a player deserving of a supermax player. He is a lockdown defender that can do absolutely everything on offense you could ever want a guard to do. He is elite from the inside. He has a mid-range game, and his three-point game is just fine, if not good. Of course he's a supermax player. He is going to get that money. And this article references Fox's appearance on Draymond Green's podcast. And apparently he was asked about Fox, a quote, Fox made waves when he was asked about the contract situation in December. Are you guys really stupid? You guys are now making me feel insane. Not just the organization, the average fan. Are you guys fucking insane? So you want De'Aaron Fox to agree to a 3-year extension for 165 when he could get a 4-year 225. You want him to just give up 64 million. So the Cavs, they have started putting up a live point differential above their score because I think people are too stupid to even do basic math now. And it's a damn shame it's come to this. It hurts my soul. It doesn't even hurt my heart. It hurts my fucking soul. But I guess you people are too stupid to do 229 minus 165, which is 64 million. 64. 64 million. You want somebody to give up 64 million. Who in the fuck would give up 64 million for a single year of work? Show me one person. But this is news to you guys. This is worthy of talking shit on De'Aaron Fox's name. Everything I said about the management and ownership of the Kings applies to any of you people that think De'Aaron Fox should give up that money. You're, in fact, even worse than that. You are so ignorant to think and tell somebody they should give up $64 million in a single year. I don't give a fuck what the reason is. You are ignorant. If you're a sane person and know, yeah, get your money. Go get your 64 million a year. That doesn't apply to you. It applies only to the idiots, okay? So don't think I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to the insane freaks. And I will, outside of that, Fox, guys, this article was actually poorly written here. His quote from the Draymond Green podcast is, for me, man, it has all to do with the team, the organization. Where are we going? I want to make sure that we're in a position to try and win in the future because that's ultimately what I want to do. I love that. And again, De'Aaron Fox is a perfect player for any franchise. I don't understand why the Kings think they should shop him. I guess their little egos are hurt because he was vocal about wanting the best for the team. And that may have included, it did include, I don't know if Fox said this, but what was best for the team for years has been firing dumbass Mike Brown. And I guess the front office, the ownership, they're upset about that because they don't know what's best. They're ignorant idiots. And when somebody who knows what's going on, who is directly involved in the situation, is telling them what's best, their little egos got hurt and they can't take it. It's pathetic, man. Again, let me be very clear. I don't believe De'Aaron Fox went to any ownership and told them fire Mike Brown. I believe it was so blatantly obvious they had to do it. And I think the owner was salty as fuck about losing 50 mil, giving Mike Brown a 3-year contract, and he's still salty about it. Finish what Fox said. So this is the same quote. I want to make sure that we're in a position to try and win in the future because that's ultimately what I want to do. I feel like I'm continuing to get better as a player every year. But for me, it's, are we looking like we're continuing to get better year after year? And are we going to be able to compete at a high level? And yeah, I think DeMar DeRozan getting a veteran clutch presence, the Kings' whole issue was not being able to close out games with Mike Brown. DeMar DeRozan couldn't even remedy that, even though he's one of the best clutch players to ever walk on the court. So they had to fire Mike Brown. But they are obviously a better team this year than last year, proven by their 6-game winning streak as soon as Mike Brown was fired, proven on their record as soon as Mike Brown was fired. And for the front office to think otherwise, they're arguing with fact. They are not basing their decisions, their assumptions, their thoughts on reality. They're basing it on their puny little hurt egos and what they think rather than what is truth, which is the case with a lot of you guys. And that's why you get fucked betting. That's why you're constantly wrong about anything and everything going on in basketball and many other aspects of your life. Make decisions based on reality. Let me finish this. If we can show that this year, you signed the extension now, if not, obviously, I still have another year. But that's where my mindset is. I love the city. I love being here. I've raised my family here. I'd love to be here. You guys are trying to get rid of a player that says that. In the worst of the Cali teams in Sacramento, you're getting rid of a player saying that. You couldn't ask for any player to say anything better than that, to be more supportive than that. And yet you're trading him. And let me finish the quote. This article was actually very poorly written. The quotes are just spaced out for no reason in different paragraphs, even though there is the exact same question. Let me continue. I've raised my family here. I would love to be here and retire here. How many people can say that they played in one organization for their whole career? I want to be a part of that select few people. But at the end of the day, I also want to win. De'Aaron, you are awesome, man. This was a perfect interview. And I'm pretty sure this was done on the spot after a game or sometime yesterday on January 27th. That's when the article was published. I have no idea when this happened, but De'Aaron, truly perfect, man. I say perfect about a lot of shit. This is the definition of perfect. You could not have done anything better. And for you to still be so respectful of this organization, this team, this city, after they are doing this to you, ignorantly treating you this way, ignorantly creating drama, making things worse for you, be proud of that, my man. Seriously. I I couldn't you've made me speechless. I don't know how to express how impressed I am of you, De'Aaron Fox. Keep going, man. Keep at it. You've been doing great things. You're going to continue doing great things. Try and block this bullshit out, which I know you are, and I know we're all human, so we can't just block shit out. But just keep doing your thing, man. You're doing everything right.